741, goodbye, stranger. That is Supertramp, 98.7 WFGR. Andy O, Dave Cackley. It is 1 degree. The wind chill out there, about 18 below zero. It's nippy.
Yes.
So if you're traveling, make sure you bundle up well and you've got your car all. I had to go get a new battery.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah, last week as we got home from Mexico and all that stuff, I went out and tried to start the car.
Completely dead?
Mm-hmm.
Wasn't the starter, it was battery?
Battery. $150 just like that.
At least it wasn't the safe.
I'll give you
It could have
that.
been something worse.
I should have waited till Monday, though. Oh, damn, the battery won't.
Yeah. Sorry, can't come in. Craig, you're going to have to fill in again.
Afterthoughts, right?
Yeah,
Give me some traffic.
All right, still have that semi stuck out there, westbound 96 between 16th and 48th Avenues. That's been stuck there for, 3 hours now?
It was there when I went by at 4:20.
Okay, so yeah, a little over 3 hours. Westbound 196 between the M6 and 32nd Avenue. Another crash there. Cars in the median. Westbound 96 just past 112th Avenue. Another SUV ditching it to US 31 from Holland to Muskegon. A few slide-offs there as well. Slow it down. Take it easy. Let's make it 23 extra minutes.
There you go.
Make that morning drive. That's traffic on 98.7 WFGR.
So last year we started this thing called the We Difference, and what the We Difference is about is giving organizations that don't have gigantic advertising budgets to get the word out about what they're up to.
Yeah.
Now, I asked you yesterday, what does the word AMBUCS mean?
I was thinking Amboy Dukes when you said AMBUCS.
Well, that's a little
So I
Ted
was thinking
Nugent there,
Ted Nugent, but otherwise I have no idea.
You've heard of them,
I've heard of them, yes,
but you don't know what they do.
don't know what they do.
Well,
no.
let's fix that right now with David Hodge, who is here this morning. Dave, you made it in.
I did.
Look at you over there.
I took your advice. I was driving 45 the whole way. Kept it safe,
Yeah.
Yeah, where'd you have to come in from?
Just down by 44th Street.
Oh, so yeah, in a little bit of a commute.
Yeah.
Not terrible, but at least you got some decent roads.
He's dressed impeccably.
You know
though.
why?
That is impressive.
I'll tell you why he looks so good.
Why?
U of M graduate.
Oh, really?
That's right.
Little maize and blue there.
Maize and
Can see
blue.
the
Little maize and
tie.
blue, my friend.
Congratulations on that Buffalo Wild Wings Bowl.
Oh,
Appearance?
fighting words.
Oh,
Appearance?
Did we win?
No. No. But
Dave,
you-
get down to business here. Tell us about the AMBUCS. How did the name come about?
It actually is a shortening of American Business Clubs.
Okay.
So that's what
Okay.
that stands for. Started about 100 years ago. Back when they used to harvest turpentine from trees, some guy sold 1 million cups and decided what he wanted to do with his fortune was actually start the AMBUCS.
Okay.
Okay.
So, what it's turned into, okay, so what we actually do, our mission is to help people with disabilities achieve mobility and independence.
Okay.
Oh, nice.
And what age does this start with? I mean, is there a certain age limit, or do you start right with kids and work your way up, or how does it work?
Yeah, we've got, well, what we do is we got two main programs that we do. One, the most visible one, is the Trikes, and those are like big tricycles.
Yeah, I've seen those.
Yeah. And
okay.
it can be for kids as young as 2 or 3 years old, all the way up. We've got some that are adult size. So some of our veterans that have returned home and would like to, bike with their families and but can't, they don't have their balance still. We've got much larger models, so we can actually go from cradle to gray. Is
Wow.
what we call it.
Cradle to gray. I like that.
Nice.
Anybody. Oh, now with the AMBUCS, how do people become involved in your organization? Do you have to join? Is it just a volunteer type thing? How does it work?
Is it like the Freemasons? We don't. I don't really.
No.
No, not at all. Okay.
Dave's really funny. You got to watch that. He's a card. He's a wit.
A card. It is, there's not any secret rituals,
Okay.
but it is it's a card carrying volunteer type organization.
Okay.
Yeah, we're having our lunch today.
Oh.
You guys are invited. Of course,
Wow.
you guys are honorary members now for having us on the show.
Sweet. Do we get cards then? We get little cards.
I want
Yeah.
a tie.
They're in
I want the tie.
You get the
I
tie.
have the tie.
So,
Yeah.
so you got a membership. How big is your West Michigan membership? Now, you're with the Kenowa AMBUCS.
That's right.
Now, are there more in West Michigan, or is it just you guys?
There are. Yeah, there's probably 5 clubs in West Michigan. There's a couple in Kalamazoo. There's one in Holland. And there's 1 or 2 others here in Grand Rapids.
Now, is this just a Michigan thing, or is this nationwide?
Well, it's kind of weird because there's a few clubs in West Michigan, but there's a whole bunch of them down south.
Really?
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's huge in Oklahoma and
Is it
parts
really?
of Texas. Yeah.
Do you
So,
think is it one of these? Because there's obviously a social element too to being an AMBUC.
That's
I mean,
right.
you get together, you get to network with people, you get to find out, who's doing what as far as business goes and all that kind of stuff. So you got that going on too.
That's right. Yeah, and I think the thing that kind of sets it apart is there are business clubs. There's all kinds of fraternal societies out there. But really, I think what the AMBUCS have that I've not seen in other places is that everyone who's there is passionate about the mission.
Right.
They really like getting their hands dirty and helping kids, delivering trikes, raising money for the cause, helping out with our big fundraisers. Our biggest one is the Memorial Day Race and Parade. We do that every year in Jenison. This is going to be our 50th year for the parade. Yeah.
Wow. I didn't think people ran 50 years ago.
Okay. What?
They were all busy smoking Luckies and drinking whiskey, Now all this running stuff's going on. It's like, hey, wait a minute.
Side aches if they started running.
Let's go back 50 years. Maybe we'll show up. No, anyway, so that's your big fundraiser, Memorial Day?
That's right, yeah.
What else, what other kind of fundraisers do you do throughout the year?
Well, we've got a couple new things this year. The first is going to actually be an Oscars night, and that is February 28th, and we're teaming up with a couple other local organizations, the Family Hope Foundation, and one of the local Rotary chapters, and it's going to be a great big deal. There's going to be a red carpet, people in tuxes.
Oh, nice. Cool.
Yeah, it's going to be kind of a cool thing. So
where's that going on at?
That's going to be at Sunnybrook Country Club down in Jenison.
Okay.
And then the other thing we're doing, and this is kind of more fun for the whole family, is the Griffins game on March 7th. And I guess it's a Friday, which is cool because that's dollar beer.
Oh, that's a huge night. Great night to do one of these.
Yeah, and what you ought to do is bring a couple extra dollars and buy those pucks that you can chuck on the ice.
Yeah, chuck a puck.
Yes. See, the Kenowa AMBUCS that night is going to get all the money for every one of those pucks they sell. Yeah.
I do a lot with the lumberjacks out there in that chuck a puck business.
Yeah.
It gets serious.
Oh, yeah.
There is a team in Quad City. They make $100,000 a year on chuck a pucks.
Wow.
Now, I'm not saying the AMBUCS are going to pull down that kind of money here with the Griffins, but, I mean, you're in for, you're going to make a few bucks that night.
Well, I think with the reach of the show, I'm guessing we'll do at least that.
Oh, definitely.
Reach of our show?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, we do. We're everywhere.
We're good.
We're multinational.
We're good for $15-$16. Don't worry.
Yeah,
We'll get. How did you become involved with the AMBUCS?
Well, it's I have a son who has cerebral palsy.
Okay.
And when he was little, he couldn't ride the swings, like the regular swings.
Yeah.
So there's these great big swings with like a 5-point harness on them. They really strap you in.
Yeah.
Down at Frog Hollow Park in Wyoming. And so that was one of his favorite things to do when he was little, is to get pushed on them swings. And then so I'm pushing him on the swings, and I look over, and there's a little sign in the dirt that says, donated by Granville AMBUCS. And I'm like,
what's that?
Well, yeah, what the heck's an AMBUC, right?
Right.
And then we had another thing down at Mary Freebed where we it's called Bikes for the Rest of Us.
Okay.
Which the AMBUCS are there with their bikes, and then there's also some really cool recumbent bikes, and I mean just anything you can imagine.
Yeah.
To get these kids out and moving, and we went there, and I saw the AMBUCS had a little spot there, and they had these little foot cups on one of the trikes, and we were trying to get something for Thomas because, his feet, he doesn't have much control over his legs, so his feet would slip off the pedals, and we said, hey, where can we get some of those? And the guy he whips a screwdriver right out of his back pocket and says, here, you just take them.
Oh, wow.
And I said, well, how much are they? And he just looks at me like I'm crazy. He's like, no, they don't cost nothing. That's yours. We're the AMBUCS. You can just take stuff from us.
That's all, and that sparked you to be involved.
Well, that's how I found out about them. And then I found out about the club in Kenowa, which is right there between Granville and Jenison. I was looking for something to do, and I thought, you know what? It's a great organization. Everyone I met's been world-class there. Like I say, passionate about the mission, and they do a lot.
All right, talk about this. Talk about the first time you see your son out on one of these bikes. He's mobile. He's moving around. He's just like all the other kids. How does that feel as a parent?
Well, we'd gone and bought a trike used at a park in Holland, that big city park downtown there. It was kind of cold, but it wasn't snowing yet. And we put him on the bike, and it's funny. No sooner do we're trying to figure out all the straps and the buckles and all that. No sooner did we put his feet on the pedals, and he's just going.
Gone.
I figured it out, Dad. Leave me alone.
He's like, I've been waiting 4 years for this. He's like, see you guys later.
How old was this kid at the time?
He was about 4 years old. When
Is that right?
Wow. Yeah.
Look at that. And how old is he now?
He's 7 now.
7 now.
Mm-hmm.
Terror around the house and his bike and everything.
Well, it's a problem sometimes. He's got a power wheelchair too, and so we got to keep an eye on him. he's 7.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
occasionally he'll bump into things and leave dents and dings in the walls.
Right.
And
What do you do?
his older brother, too, sometimes. You know, it happens.
Of course.
Well, we are talking to David Hodge of the AMBUCS, the Kenowa AMBUCS. They are our featured organization in the We Difference program this month, throughout the entire month of January. We'll do what we can do to keep the awareness up. But if people wanted to learn a little bit more about the AMBUCS, what direction do we send them?
Well, what they ought to do is go to your guys' webpage, because that's going to link them right up to our Facebook and our website.
Website,
What do you
that's what
call
they
that?
call those things.
The interwebs or the internets.
So if they just go to the WFGR site, they'll find all that on the We Difference page. And I want to thank you guys a lot. I mean, this is We Difference to you guys, but for us, this is huge. I mean, our advertising budget is a round number.
Yeah.
It's 0, so if we don't have little boosts like this,
Well, that's why we do it.
yeah, really
I
appreciate
don't want
it.
to sound cocky or anything like that, but there are a lot of important organizations out there that have a hard time getting the word out about what they do. And to be honest with you, we kind of joke back and forth a little bit about the AMBUCS. It's a name that but you don't know what they do.
Yep.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep. Exactly.
But it's all about mobility and getting people around and making kids' lives better, and a great social organization as well.
Absolutely.
Win-win all the way around.
Yes.
Dave, we can't thank you enough for coming in and telling your story. We wish you the best with these AMBUCS, and like anybody that's in on this We Difference thing, if you need to come back throughout the year, talk about your fundraiser that's coming up, you need to come back and talk about a push you got going on for membership or anything, that door is 100% open.
Oh, heck, that'd be awesome.
Anytime
I really
you
appreciate
want.
that, you guys.
Absolutely. Dave Hodge, it is the Kenowa AMBUCS. You can link over at WFGR.com and find out everything. We'll put this interview up for you as well. And any final shots for our Michigan State friend over here? Little
Go
brother?
green, go white.
I used to be the best at talking smack about, and
Now you got nothing. You got nothing.
I think now that Michigan State's up to 30% and the lifetime win, that's
Okay, yeah, here it comes.
it's about time for a little mean reversion. I think we're gonna come back to 25%. So
Kenowa AMBUCS, it is a great organization. Dave, you're a great guest. Thanks for stopping in this
Thanks,
morning
Dave.
and braving
Thanks a
the
lot, guys.
weather and all that stuff. We'll put this all up online, WFGR.com. If you want to help a kid with mobility, you want to be a part of the AMBUCS.
Craig Russell.